Well, I'm joined by Shona Smith here in the studio, and as you might see, Shona has got a neck brace on, which is all part of what we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
But we are bringing awareness to you in particular for an operation, and that's all I need to really say. So it's over to you for the
life-changing. It will be
life-changing.
Yeah. At the minute, my days consist of waking up, having breakfast, having a 4-hour nap, having some more food, having another 4-hour nap, and then going to bed. I don't have a lot of energy, and most weeks my big trip out is to the doctors or the chemist. Fun times. But this operation could potentially give me basically my life back, and I can go back to potentially part-time work or full-time work and looking after myself and not having to rely on my mum to sometimes spoon feed me or get me dressed.
Right, now you can go into more detail because you have to wear this because everything is going down. What is it you got?
Okay, well, because of a genetic condition that means that all my collagen is, and like the building blocks of most of your cells apart from bones, is too elastic. It means that when I damaged my neck a long time ago, the ligaments and tendons never went back, and so now my skull is too heavy for my spine, and so my spinal cord is now trapped between the vertebrae, causing all these symptoms.
Right.
And it's also squashing my jugular vein by 80%, and so I'm only getting 20% of the blood and oxygen that I'm supposed to be getting. So that comes with a whole host of some fun symptoms as well.
And you think you just damaged yourself years ago and thought nothing of it?
I remember hurting my neck when I was about 12 on a roller coaster, and looking back, it was probably whiplash. But I didn't know that at the time. It was the 90s. Everyone was just a case of, you'll be fine tomorrow.
I remember that myself. Those words of things, they were horrible. Because your head went back like that, didn't it?
Yeah. So I have been diagnosed as having ME, or chronic fatigue syndrome. However, this craniocervical instability is what it's called, could potentially be causing all my symptoms, and I might not actually have ME, which would be brilliant because it would mean I wouldn't have to live my life restricted by my energy.
And just to be here with us today is a big ask.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, is I've spent the last 2 days doing absolutely nothing but resting. I can't even do normal things like getting a bowl of cereal. I can't lift a cup of tea. All my drinks come with a straw. I have special plastic cutlery because it's too heavy. If I have any meat, my parents have to cut it up for me. Sometimes I'm so exhausted I have to be spoon-fed mushed Weetabix because I physically cannot chew or even be upright.
I feel so guilty asking you to the studio today. We had to climb stairs and everything, and you never said a word.
It's okay. I'm doing it a double appointment, so I've got to go to the dentist as well for another mouth guard because I've chewed through mine. Yeah.
Now, this hope that's at the end of this wonderful rainbow isn't on the NHS, I'm taking it.
No, because of the genetic condition, there can be a lot of complications and the NHS don't think that you can get this CCI or cranial instability from long-term trauma. They think you can only get it from being in a car accident, getting whiplash that way, or having some kind of neck injury. And so they won't actually do any treatment. I am fundraising because there's only 4 neurosurgeons in the world that will deal with it, with the genetic condition. The closest one, and the cheapest so far, is in Spain. So I have to go to Barcelona.
Well, I know how much you're looking for, so cheap isn't cheap.
No, £56,000. But that includes the 3 weeks of rehabilitation afterwards, that you have to still stay in Spain because you can't travel straight away, because they take a rib and use that so that your own bone grows over the metal fusion and it becomes more you. Is
this cutting edge stuff, sort of?
Yeah, basically they use a special machine that measures like the actual the degrees of your spine, and they use like machines that bend it to the exact millimeter so that it will be perfect for you, rather than just bending any old metal. It's a long operation and it is very high tech. I mean, they're screwing things to my skull.
Daunting.
But yeah.
Don't tell me you're awake in this, please.
No, of course not. I'm upside down. They're taking a rib out, for goodness sake. I don't want to be awake for that.
Oh, okay. So on the serious side, you've now decided to make this effort and it's a big ask.
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
£50,000.
It is a lot of money, but it is literally the chance that I can go back to work. I won't have to rely on my parents to care for me and get me dressed, or, I'll be actually able to do a normal life and not just exist.
This point, let's put this up on the screen. This is your website, which gives the details.
All the links are on there. I update my Facebook more regularly because I'm easily accessible. Dad's in charge of the website, but we do update it as and when I do get out and things like that.
So how are you going to fundraise, allowing for your limitations on energy levels alone? How are you going to do it?
Well, we're working with some people at the local pub in terms of out in Ballaugh of doing a bingo night. I've had a couple of people offer to sort out races and do sponsorships that way. We're still looking at all the big things, and I've applied to a couple of charities to see if I can get any grants through them, but because we're not UK mainland, I don't necessarily know. But we are going to be looking at trying to do just raise awareness. And
do you have a support group in the UK with people with the same conditions?
Yeah, I haven't found anyone over here who's even got the EDS that I've got. However, I have online many friends who have got it, and like I said, there's a lady in the UK, she's 53 I think or something like that. She was wheelchair bound for 3 years. She's had the operation and she's now doing 10,000 steps a day. She's only 2 months out of the operation. And
this is new technology, so now's the time to do it, right?
Yeah.
Because probably when you were younger, there was no presumably way of dealing with this, or even hopes.
Whether you would find out if you have the actual issue or not. Like I said, I've been diagnosed as having ME or chronic fatigue, and if it wasn't for the fact that I found out through another internet support group that I had the EDS, I potentially wouldn't have found someone who suggested, well, you might have this CCI and not ME, because she got misdiagnosed as having it for 17 years. So, and now she's working full time, got 2 kids. And
what would it mean to you to be able to, and I'm going to use the word which is horrible, normal life, which is such a horrible term, but I know you should get to do some part-time work, or you can get out more.
Yeah.
What would it mean to you?
I'd love to be able to walk my dog again, go for bike rides. If I had the energy and it all came back and I got back to what I was before I got ill, potentially look at finishing my forensic science degree. That would be a big one. But even just being able to look after myself and live by myself and cook for me and make my own cup of tea, those things that you take for granted that you don't realise is like, you know, even a shower where you don't need an hour's rest on the bed afterwards because you've got clean. It's mind-boggling.
Okay, 57,000 you say?
56.
56.
56. Yeah, close enough.
Bit, you know.
Yeah, close enough. A little bit of shopping extra.
Yeah, and you just started literally. So will you keep us updated? And,
of course.
Obviously, the news we want to hear is you go for the op and everything works out.
Fingers crossed.
Any time scale on that? I mean,
don't know. We'll just see where we go with the fundraising. Yeah, I mean, we've spoken to the local MHK, so hopefully we'll find out soon enough if the government can do anything to help as well, which would be great. But if not, then it's a case of keep going until I get close enough. And if anyone else can help, and weirdly, people just might have some ideas or would like to help financially, once again, we'll put the details back on the screen. That's your own website, which is easier than going to just giving whatever else. But that will give you all the details. All the links are on
and
there.
And your blog.
Basically a blog, yes.
Well, I wish you well. See you soon.
Thank you very much.